began in the year 1997. That's the year when my mom and dad separated, and we were left with my mother and around 7 kids. For me, it has been a bit hard. First of all, I have to mention that I'm a self-taught saxophonist for various reasons, and one amongst them is that I didn't have the money to go and pay a school and be taught. But one thing about me, I'm never ever afraid of just being me. I have some levels of courage that, as bad as I am, I can go out and do what I'm able to do. It's not easy. It's not easy. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly until you do it right. My life just revolves around music. I normally tell myself, what your mind is able to think, it can do. My official name is Moses Odhiambo, Odima. So from those 3 names, I got the name Moseso the saxophonist, simply because I play the saxophone. But apparently it's not the only instrument that I play. I play about 4 or 5 instruments. I play the trumpet. I also do a bit of piano and a guitar and a recorder. But the saxophone is my favorite instrument. So yeah, I got the name from that, Moseso the saxophonist. It began in the year 1997. That's the year when my mom and dad separated, and we were left with my mother and around 7 kids. And of course, she was just a housewife, so after that, she was not able to take care of us. So after a very long, experiences here and there, me and my brothers decided to go out and try to lessen the burden for my mother. So we went to the streets, specifically the streets of Umoja 2, and we used to collect garbage and go dispose to the dumping site, and then we'll be given money. And that's how we used to make a living. But all along, I had a dream and aspirations to make a difference in my life, and I knew that the only way that could happen is for me to go back to school. And luckily enough, in the year 2000, I got well-wishers and sponsors who sponsored me to go back to school. It's a whole different story on how I joined and I did everything. But in the year 2003, I did my KCP and I passed. Then I joined Pumwani Boys, and that's where everything changed. I bumped into my destiny, and yeah, I got music there, and just something that has always been part of my life ever since. As a young boy, I've not always been an artist, but from the young age, I didn't realize that I have the giftings of being a musician, or rather an artist, until I joined secondary school at Pumwani Boys. And I picked on music as a subject, and from there I discovered that, yes, I'm talented in music. Back then I was the trumpeter in the school band, so I can say performing is like 12 years, but professionally I can say like 5 years. When I perform, my audience is more like relaxed audience, people who can just sit down and listen to what is happening. And because the genre that I like in music is jazz music, so it's more relaxed but intuitive kind of music, intelligent kind of music. I really admire the skills of Miles Davis on the trumpet and Charlie Parker on this alto saxophone. But yeah, I also have people who are still there and they are legends to me, like Huma Sekela and Isaiah Katumwa. And also I have Kakwahalam, these are guys that I like what they do, so I somehow I look up to them. Previously, music was viewed as a waste of time, and being an artist was somehow discouraged. But with the present times, people have discovered that music can pay and can settle your bills. So far, very great instrumentalists have come up, and the audience is really appreciating what is coming up. So I can say it's a growing venture for artists, and we just need to push more. My life, I make my money through music because I'm also a music instructor. So apart from just playing in gigs and also different events, I also tutor. So if I'm not in the class teaching, I'm in the street basking or I'm in an event performing. My life just revolves around music, and that's how it's paying my bill. During my performances, there've been a time that somehow I felt embarrassed because live music is different. Live music happens within the moment. And sometimes you can hit those wrong notes. But I never say they're wrong notes. They're just like poor choices. In live music, you don't have wrong notes, just poor choices. I'm not the best saxophonist, that's for sure. I'm the best of me. There are people that I know that are very, very good, greater than where I am. But somehow they hold back. They don't want to, just be out there and just like do things that they're able to do and probably in a compromising situation. For me, it has been a bit hard. First of all, I have to mention that I'm a self-taught saxophonist for various reasons. And one amongst them is that I didn't have the money to go and pay a school and, be taught. It has been a bit hard for me for about 7 years just trying to figure out what the saxophone is all about. I am so sure that if I had someone who was by my side, it would have taken me less time. And so I don't want to be there and see another person struggling the way I struggled to be where I am today. And so if I can do something to make a difference, and exactly that's why I came to the street. Because for me, by the way, I have an history of as a street kid. And that is what inspired me to come to the street, because I believe that I owe the street, I owe the masses everything that I have. So whenever I have opportunity and strength, I go out and do what I'm able to do. My dream as a founder for Stage at the Street is a platform that I foresee it being one of the biggest entertainment platform, not only entertainment, but directed entertainment that is meaningful and responds to the needs of the masses in the next 5 years, to be one of the greatest platform that every artist will want to come and be part of. We have guys who paint, we have guys who singers, we different kind of forms that everybody could have a place as a street at the stage and just showcase what they have. So for me, in the next 5 years, it's not only Aga Khan Walk, it will be beyond Aga Khan Walk. In fact, not only 5 years, I'm in the next 1 year, we should be way far from where we are. Stage at the street will be good for anyone, specifically musicians. And not only for musicians, but even for the audience. Music is a form of therapy. We normally perform in the evening. Guys are coming from their offices, don't know how the day was or how things have been. So by just passing by and listening to the kind of music that we do, the poetry that different artists perform, it is again some form of stress relieving. And for the artist, it is a platform not only to come and showcase what you're able to do, but if we have the right people coming to support us, it can also earn them something as a form of employment, because art pays, but where we are today as Stage at the Street, that is the only talent that we have. There is art, there is content. The masses appreciate what we do, but now what goes back to the artist is now the biggest problem, in that they sponsor themselves via their fares to come and go back by their own means. And I would be happy to see someone coming and performing and at least just appreciate them, to show them that whatever you've done, the random audience that have listened to you, you've not only been a blessing to them, but there's something again for you just to take you back home. That will go a long way for me. Stage at the Street is all about just creating that stage in the street. Um, it is something that has never been there before, and I just figured out that 2 hours, 2 days in a week could make a difference in my life and in other people's life. It started very, very small. Right now it's somewhere and we're looking forward to take it even to the next level. It's something that I am willing to take the next step and create it to be a bigger stage. But of course there are challenges here and there. And that's why, again, just in some different ways, we like to appeal to people of goodwill who probably could come and, give a hand in this and see what it could become, because there's a lot of potential from that. Young guys who are talented, coming into the street, showcasing their talent, poets, musicians, different bands, and just doing what they're able to do. Anyone who is a potential sponsor, the way that they could come in is by just availing the finances to us. We have the talent, we have the stage, but there's equipment that we need to have that we don't have. We need to more so brand what we're doing. There's the goodwill from the masses out there. The only disconnect that we don't have is the finances. The financial part is a big struggle. I used to, put in my money, the little that I had, and buy the small speaker that we have. But again, over time, it has somehow technical challenges here and there. And that's why I'm saying that our biggest setback right now is the finances. So if there's anyone who is out there, of anyone of goodwill, who wants to come and to stand with us, the only way is just to come and provide finances to us. Sometimes when we look at the accomplished musicians and artists, we think that they just made it within a day, but it's a long journey. And so my message to the ones that are upcoming is that if you truly believe in what you have, hold fast onto it. Let nothing discourage you. Sometimes art is frustrating. Nothing is happening, If it's the only sole, means of making ends meet, sometimes it won't be easy and you might be discouraged. But if you believe in what you have, keep at it. Do it, better it. Eventually, as the saying goes, that persistence wears out resistance. You'll break through. We have to play a part as artists. We have to better our game, but the media has to support the upcoming talent and promote them to be who they need to be. There's a young boy in the ghetto trying to better their art in terms of rap music. But if you're not known, there's no place for you in the media. Whereas, if this talent is nurtured from that level, can be the only thing that is needed to take our nation to another scale. We enjoy music from outside. The question is, do we have artists from the inside? And if we do, what is it that we need to do to bring that art to the stage that we want it to be? We whine about when guys come and do some shoddy work. We point a finger at them and you didn't do this right. But we have people of the same caliber and even more within the house. As a young man who didn't have anyone to teach and to learn from, and I am where I am today, surely someone who has a mentor can do better. Keep hope alive. Wake up in the morning. If it didn't work yesterday, it can work today. If it can't work today, tomorrow is another day. For as long as we're alive and we believe in what we have, we'll keep on doing it until we break through. There's something about vision that when everybody is not seeing it and you're able to see it, you can accomplish it. I normally tell myself, what your mind is able to think, it can do. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly until you do it right.